3. Hello and welcome to the Week 6 recap episode of the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. I'm your host, as always, Scotch on the sidelines, Dalton Van Pelt. Someday I will change my name and my intro will have to change, but for now, it rides with the Scotch. And as always, we have the commissioner, Zachary Mdula Oblongata Stewart.
How's it going, Dalton?
I'm doing very well, thank you. What do you got in the glass?
I have some of the whiskey you left over, the double cask lemon whiskey. 50%.
It makes me want to go buy some after seeing that bottle because I haven't had it in a long time.
Yeah,
I left it.
Yeah, it's been sitting in our closet for a while. I figured I'd break it out for the podcast tonight.
All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah, IRL, baby. Thursday night.
Eagles, Bucks, lots of Vegas bettors / Wyoming bettors. A little sick to their stomach over this one. Eagles cover at the last moment.
Garbage time in so many games to get those people to cover. And if coaches, I mean, they know the spreads. They know they want to, they want to beat the spreads. They say they don't want to do it, but they don't know the spreads or whatever, but they know.
It's an additional, oh man, I cannot think of the word now. It's like an additional thing, like, oh, they think we're this bad against this team. They think we match up this bad. All right, we'll show you.
Yeah, it was kind of like the thing with a couple weeks ago, the Ravens trying to get that 100-yard, like 43 straight games of 100 rushing yards, and they just ran a little quick snap to Lamar instead of kneeling it down. Like they know all these things. They're not idiots.
Jalen Hurts with the 2 rushing touchdowns. That's pretty great. Zach Ertz has the big game with Dallas Goedert out on the COVID list. Deep drive to center field by JD Martinez, and Alex Verdugo will stop at third base. Sorry, big play. I got big money riding on this game. Back to the breakdown of the Eagles-Patriots game. It was the Leonard Fournette game. I think I might have texted the group chat at about in the first quarter, and I said, this is going to be the Leonard game, isn't it?
Yeah, and he went off 30-plus fantasy points, but he just ate all the yards and the ground and the air. There's no such thing as Giovanni Bernard. There's no such thing as Ronald Jones. It's Leonard Fournette's gig until he blows it. Yeah, I mean, look at the snap counts. Like, Gio got 2 catches. Ronald Jones got like 2 or 3 carries. Like it's Leonard Fournette's show until he messes it up.
30.7 fantasy points. That's good for the third best fantasy performer of the week
so far. We got a lot of big names in the night game tonight. Bills versus Titans, which is on right now, 3-0. 3 minutes ago, Josh Allen just got pummeled, sacked.
Yep. 3 people.
Yeah.
All over him. Some might call that a nightmare. Some might call that a dream.
Going back to the Eagles game, that Tampa Bay front 4 is ridiculous. They couldn't they were pushing Jalen Hurts out of the pocket. They couldn't run the ball. Everyone said it was a great matchup for all the receivers for the Eagles. It doesn't matter when your offensive line can't block that front 4. So a little bit of a letdown for all the Eagles except Jalen Hurts. Buccaneers, obviously big night from Brady. Big night from, that's going to be an illegal forward pass right there. And AB
were they
went
just
off.
trying to pull a fucking Memphis miracle right there?
Yeah. It was nice.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. I was like, what the hell? Did they kick it a second time? It was just went flying into the air.
Yeah. That's good stuff. But Tampa Bay, I guess the only people that really performed were Fournette, Brady not even that much. Because they ran the ball so much. But AB is that connection with Tom is ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
I'm an
Wow.
idiot. I remember exactly when I said, "Is this the Leonard game?" We were recording the podcast on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Yeah, we recorded the podcast during that game.
Yeah.
That's when I mentioned, "Hey, is this the Leonard game?" All right,
Yeah.
for those of you who listen, yeah. Moving on.
Oh God, that was totally a forward pass.
Anything else to talk about with that game?
No,
Miles
not really.
Sanders, yikes. Lots of yikes performances so far this year. Devontae Smith did nothing.
I got burned on that one.
So did I. I might still escape it in the league where I had him, but no worries.
Yeah, I might escape it in one.
Moving
Not this
on.
one.
Vikings, Panthers. This one goes into overtime. There has been an overtime game every single week so far this regular season, which I believe is tying a record, I believe. I think I saw a stat like that.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Minnesota wins on a KJ. I actually did see this game, believe it or not. Wins on a KJ Osborne
Walk off
touchdown, walk off right in the left corner of the end zone, just crosses right in front of the pylon. I didn't actually watch the highlights of this game. I imagine the highlights are very entertaining.
Yeah. And for anybody that is listening, like I did not watch a bunch. I was in Colorado all weekend. I literally watched the Thursday night game. I watched the first half of the London game, and that was it. Everything else has been game by game recaps and listening to podcasts. So
we will at least pretend to be informed.
Yeah, from what I had heard, when whoever's healthy, whether it's Dalvin Cook or Madison, if Dalvin Cook's in, he's getting the lion's share. There's no question about it. When he's out, it's going to be Madison, and that's how it was again today. He handled 31 of the 34 backfield touches, and he looked great. And they go into their bye week feeling pretty good. And when we get to the end of this, we'll talk about the bye weeks next week. It is going to be a disaster.
Hellacious.
Everyone I've listened to, they're calling it Bye-mageddon. 6
Cowboys
teams,
are on a bye, correct?
6 teams on a bye. Four or five of those teams, like actually good fantasy players. And it's going to be a stretch to fill some of these lineups. Obviously, we still need to fill lineups. So do your best to make that happen. But yeah, we'll talk about the bye weeks coming up, and it's nasty. Lineups next week are going to be gross, and it's going to be I bet it's going to be a pretty low scoring week. I've never seen 6 teams on a bye. But I digress.
But anyway, back to the game. Christian McCaffrey was a late scratch. He did have a possibility of playing, although that really wasn't ever.
He is
real.
actually back on IR.
Really? He reactivated?
Yep. Well, they say it wasn't a setback, but it's a setback. He was placed on IR Saturday night.
Oh, I missed that.
So he will miss 3 games. So we'll see how that goes. But he is out the next 2 weeks. So that'll be a total of 5 games missed because he only missed 2. So another season where the 1.01 in Christian McCaffrey goes down, and you are not getting a return on your investment for those people that got McCaffrey. Sorry, Patrick. 2 straight years.
It sucks. It really does.
Yeah.
Good thing is Patrick, I believe, has he made 2 trades or just the one so
just
far
the
this
one
year to load up on some running backs?
He did load up. He's got Cordero Patterson, who's a solid RB2, and with that Daryl Henderson, which is big too, because he just lost Kareem Hunt, which we'll get to as well. Battling injuries for sure.
Packers, Bears. Aaron Rodgers
had
a brief moment where he was the Wikipedia owner of the Chicago Bears. They play at Soldier Field. Someday I will go to a game there. Yeah,
I heard after the game, after they had clinched it, and he's yelling at the crowd that I own you. And I guess he's got it's like a 28-5 record against the Bears or something. It's pretty staggering. So he does quite literally own the Bears.
AJ Brown is playing tonight, is he not?
He is.
I don't know if he has a target or not yet. The Titans really haven't been on the field much, but
Yeah, the Bills have been moving the ball at will. What was it? Yeah, he is on the field. He was questionable coming into tonight's game, but he did. He is active.
How many games has Justin Fields started so far?
3.
Okay.
Because he came in week 2. So weeks picked off. Good for you, Dalton.
That's 2 points for me.
Yeah, you need 6. No, yeah, 6.
Yeah, it's very doable.
Doable, but we'll see. What game are we talking about? We're distracted by multiple games.
Packers and Bears.
Yeah, he started weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 4 games. 4 games?
All right.
Something like that. Underthrown to Julio Jones, picked off by Tre'Davious. Nope. Yeah, Tre'Davious.
How many games did Trubisky start his rookie year?
All of them, I think.
Oh, everyone he played in. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to do some number crunching for us here in just a little bit, but since we don't really have much to talk about on here, besides the fact that Khalil Herbert was an amazing pickup by you, congratulations.
It did not. I mean, good. I mean, good process, good result. Bad total end result. Did not score enough points this week.
Why?
No, I just didn't win.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a good performance.
Oh yeah, he did a great performance. Was able to plug and play him. That's why you need some of those last ditch effort running backs you can plug and play for that 15-point floor. I mean, I did have a solid week, but just came a little short. Not disappointed with the team. So I'm still confident.
Cardinals, Browns.
Grapple.
Cardinals are good.
Grapple.
Was it a grapple game?
It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds. No rain, but just wind.
Interesting.
But Baker leaves the game. Hurt his left shoulder again. He is getting a second opinion. If it is not Baker Mayfield, it will be Case Keenum. No Nick Chubb this week. Calf injury. Coincidentally, Kareem Hunt goes down with a calf injury. Looked like an Achilles injury. I did see the highlight of that. It looked like an Achilles injury, but it is not. It is a calf injury.
Achilles is connected to the calf, so that makes sense.
But it had that look of non-contact, grab the back of the leg. People
like it just shriveled up into the inside of your calf. Yeah.
But he is going to be placed on IR, multi-week injury. Browns are down to D'Ernest Johnson and Demetric Felton.
Woo! Sorry.
Dalton and his baseball bullshit.
Bro, bases loaded. 3-bat. Continue. Go ahead and burn on this game, and then I'll break down what just happened in the Red Sox game. Go ahead. We're on the Cardinals Browns, buddy.
But Browns are down to D'Ernest Johnson and Demetric Felton. It is a short week. It is a Thursday night game against the Broncos.
You don't want either one of them.
So it will be interesting to see how they how that backfield turns out, and with Baker being a little banged up. Browns are kind of in disarray right now. We'll have to wait and see. Cardinals 6-0, still undefeated. Dalton's looking pretty good in that bet right there. Kyler Murray's definitely spreading the ball around. AJ Green, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, all kind of getting a fair share of the work. James Conner getting the bulk of the carries, especially in that type of game. They're going to run James Conner quite a bit. Chase Edmonds still played. Did hear the stat. Chase Edmonds has the most touches in the NFL without a touchdown. 79 touches for the year. No touchdowns for Chase Edmonds yet. They will be coming in some form or another. But in that kind of game script, they're just going to run James Conner into the ground.
Did you see the highlight from the Hail Mary at the end of the first half?
I did. The Donovan Peoples-Jones. I did not. I heard about it. Never saw it yet. DVP, Donovan Peoples-Jones, DVP.
I didn't notice that. Good for you.
Did catch 2 touchdowns in the game. One was a Hail Mary.
DPJ.
DPJ, not DVP. Dang it.
That's
Close
funny.
enough. Same initials, wrong word. My bad. But yeah, Cardinals looking good. And Dalton can talk about his baseball now, apparently.
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is what happened. Jose Urquidy has not pitched since the end of the regular season. The Astros are down a couple starters. He gets the bases loaded to Boston. And first, they have a bloop single that gets down and they score a run. Then there's an error by Carlos Correa, the highest rated shortstop in the MLB this year in the AL. And so they score another one, and then they get back to the front of the order, and Kyle Schwarber goes yard. 6-0 Red Sox.
And I think Dalton and I were talking prior to this. He's got an over 10 bet in this game, so he is over halfway there and early in the game.
I needed that so bad.
Anyway,
Colts, Texans. Talk about a game you should have bet on. The line was ginormous, so I really did not want to touch it.
The line keeps getting bigger. It's against the Texans. It keeps getting bigger. It's
ginormous every time.
I know. That's wild. Colts, T.Y. Hilton's back. He did leave the game banged up again. I think he had like 4 for 80.
It's going to be, that's a pretty good line, but that's going to be the story for him the entirety of the season.
I think that might be his worst game.
Banged up.
I think that might be his worst game ever against the Texans, 4 for 80.
Oh, he does own. I own you.
One of the podcasts is like 3 things are for sure in life: taxes, death, and T.Y. Hilton torching the Texans.
Remember that huge game when it was Andre Johnson and him just going off against each other?
Oh yeah. Bills another first down in the red zone. Stephon Diggs. Who's better, Stephon Diggs or Trayvon Diggs?
Man, it's close.
Yeah,
it is close.
I believe Trayvon Diggs has more touchdowns than Stephon Diggs this year.
Probably.
Stephon has 1.
Stephon's got at least 1. Stephon Diggs had 1 or 2 in the first game.
Yeah. Oh, double move. Ooh, holding. Yep. Next game.
Gabe Davis. Next game. Raiders, Broncos. Raiders win. The Broncos get some garbage time touchdowns.
Score was not close.
Score was not close. They scored 14 in the final quarter to make it look much closer than it was. I believe the Broncos were favored by a couple points in this one just due to the firing of John Gruden for horrible emails.
They lift off the Raiders' shoulders. They come out and take care of business against a terrible Broncos team. So Dawson Knox, end of the round, touchdown.
Do you really think the Broncos are awful?
Yeah, they're bad.
I don't think they're that bad, man. I mean, you can't throw the ball 49 times with Teddy Bridgewater and expect to win, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, they're not running the ball either, though.
Let's see.
Either way, they were definitely one of the fake sharp 3-0 teams, which included the Raiders and the Panthers. And obviously you can see the teams that started 3-0, Panthers and Broncos, 0-3 since that time. So not a very good team. Raiders look pretty good. Henry Ruggs was solid.
Yep, finally found a place for him in my roster with some bye weeks.
Derek Carr, they threw the ball downfield quite a bit. Hit a lot of big completions.
It's honestly still going to be the Gruden offense. You know what I mean? So
we'll have to wait and see how it works out the next couple of weeks to see how it kind of favors out and see which players get touches. Peyton Barber was a healthy scratch, which is good for the Kenyon Drake owners out there. So maybe you might be able to plug and play Kenyon Drake with what you were hoping to do early on in the year.
Bengals take care of business against the Lions. Once again, a line that scared me, but the line just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, Lions are bad. No, they're bad. I mean,
Brandon Allen scored a touchdown in this one.
yeah, they pulled Joe Burrow with 9 minutes to go in the game. 9 minutes to go in the game, and they pull him. So
Joe Mixon looks healthier this week. He has an amazing game.
Looking good.
Honestly, I'm shocked they gave him as many touches as they did with how much of a blowout this one was. But
yeah, Chris Evans got some touches too, though, towards the end of the game. So
I don't even know who that is.
He's the other running back. He was behind P. Ryan, but P. Ryan was on COVID. So he's the next man up. He's a rookie out of Michigan, I believe.
I've heard the name Trayvon Williams before, but that's probably because we were talking about him when Joe Mixon got banged up.
Yeah, that was last year. He was a rookie last year, Trayvon Williams. He's the number 4. P. Ryan's the number 2. Chris Evans is the 3. And go from there.
The Lions are bad, which is kind of unfortunate. Targeting Stephon Diggs just got targeted in the end zone.
Another field goal attempt.
Another field goal coming up. The Lions have been bad. DeAndre Swift has been good. His day is salvaged with a touchdown run.
Mm-hmm.
He does end up with 9.3 receiving points, so that's good.
Yeah. The only 2 players you can play on that offense are DeAndre Swift and TJ Hawkinson. So
if you need around 8 points ceiling, you can probably throw Amon-Ra St. Brown in at this point. He's been pretty steady right around there.
Yeah.
He'll remain on my bench until I absolutely have to play him.
Mm-hmm. So other than that, Lions are bad, and let's move on.
Jaguars, Dolphins, a game I bet on because the line looked really juicy. Oh my God, this was awful to watch.
Who'd you take?
I took the Dolphins -3. And
yikes.
They, when I turned the TV on, had it. And then Tua threw some interceptions and there was some bad play, or I guess an interception. And then the Dolphins just couldn't get it done. They had multiple opportunities. Jason Sanders missed a long 50-something yard field goal, which would have been good for both my bet and my fantasy weekend, but I could not get that lucky.
Yeah, this one of the games I did watch. It was in the first half. Tua looked pretty good in the first half, coming off the rib injury, targeting the shit out of Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki. Those are the only 2 guys you can really play. You don't dare touch the running backs. So, I mean, you're not going to play. I mean, I guess this would have been the week you would have played Myles Gaskin after what happened last week. So
I'm gonna call up your brother. I'm gonna make a deal for Myles Gaskin.
Yeah. You're welcome, Luke. He called me on Sunday debating Jay Waddle and Gaskin. I just gave him my 2 cents. I didn't say Waddle. I didn't say Gaskin, but yeah. You're welcome. You didn't need it anyway. You got 30 plus from Lenny.
Oh my gosh. He's got a ton of running backs. What does he even need?
Nothing. He's won 5 in a row. He is loaded. He's got Chuba. He's got a good team. His team is pretty scary right now. But he was stoked when I told him, Waddle had 4 catches for 30 and a touchdown in the first drive. And I said, well, there you go. That makes your decision easy. And then he scores a touchdown later and he texts me. He's like, Waddle, baby. Yeah. So I was like, dude, it's not like you need it anyway. You had 30 from Lenny. But he'll probably ship Gaskin.
I think I'm texting him right now. We'll see.
Good idea.
All right. Moving on. Rams, Giants.
Other than that game, James Robinson obviously is the best player on that team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next year when Urban Meyer gets fired and Travis Etienne is back. We'll see kind of what that backfield kind of looks like. But it is 2 years in a row. Like James Robinson he's the number 1 back on that team, and he looks good. Like there's no question about it. Like if you don't want him, trade him. Like I don't know. Like, but he has proven that he is the best running back on the team and probably the best player on that team.
Which is crazy because he was undrafted. So somebody in the Jaguars is good at evaluating undrafted free agents. Was he drafted?
Undrafted.
Actually, I know exactly.
UDFA.
I know exactly who is in charge of their undrafted research. It's actually the owner's son, Tony Khan.
Oh.
The only reason why I know that is because I listen to the Lebertard show and they have him on all the time.
Oh.
So
there goes Derrick Henry. See ya, 85 fucking yards.
Oh my gosh. He is a monster.
Was it 85? Oh my God.
It was a lot. He just broke one tackle and then no one could catch him. Not even Julio Jones could
76 yards. I got us close.
And the Titans are likely in the lead now. And I wonder we'll get to what that does for the score with me and Cody in a bit.
Wow. Now I can't wait to hear that back on the replay. That was pretty loud. Sorry, folks.
Jamal Agnew.
No. Wow. Little bam. One little stiff arm. Bam. See ya. Turn on the afterburners, man.
Yep. Gone. Rams, Giants. We had a 4-touchdown second quarter for the Rams. Cooper Kupp is officially the number one fantasy footballer that is not a quarterback so far this year.
Yeah, it's rough as a Robert Woods owner. I just don't want to talk about it.
All right, I guess he did get the touchdown though, Robert Woods.
Yeah, 2 for 30 and a touchdown. Now, okay, fine.
Elijah Penny vultures the touchdown off of Devontae Booker.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta love that.
Kadarius Toney gets hurt. That sucked.
Yep, that sucks. After we watched him in Dallas, he looked amazing.
I know.
And then he gets hurt.
And he got hurt on the first drive, and he had 3 for 36 on the first 4 plays. He was gonna have a hell of a day, and it is a bummer that he got hurt. Sterling Shepard went 10 for 100 or something. I don't know. I mean, it would have been
just no touchdowns.
I know it would have been great to see Kadarius Toney go off, but he hurt his ankle. Hopefully, nothing too serious. But excited to see him get back on the field because he was gonna eat yesterday.
A laugher in M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens take care of business against the Chargers. I wonder if someone much smarter than me can explain what the fuck happened.
I have no idea. I think the Chargers couldn't run the ball, and then
it looks like the
Ravens ran the ball down their throat. One podcast I listened to, Lamar Jackson guided the 3 elder statesmen of the backfield to a great day on the ground.
Le'Veon Bell, 8 carries. Latavius Murray, 9 carries. Devontae Freeman, 9 carries. Lamar Jackson, 8 carries.
And all 3 of those old fellers got the end zone. It's despicable. Oh, it's gross.
Funny. You could have started all 3 of them technically in today's day and age with running back production.
The 3 wise men.
Let's see.
And they all scored about 11.
Yeah, Devontae Freeman had 11.3. Latavius Murray is the only running back who caught passes. It was not a big day for Lamar, so that's why.
Yeah,
Latavius Murray ends up with.
That was the one downside on my fantasy day. Lamar Jackson getting
6.
That was the rough thing. The sub 12 points for Lamar Jackson really ate into my chance at a dub this week.
Le'Veon Bell was the one who looked the worst based on the stats. Longest run was 7 yards. 8 for 18 and a touchdown.
Putty.
And the final early game, none of these games were in order as we talked about them. Chiefs take care of business against the Washington football team. The Chiefs were actually down going into halftime and then all of a sudden decided they wanted to play defense.
Yeah. Defense as a soft term still. They're still not a very good defense. God, that should have been tackled by Poyer.
Antonio Gibson re-aggravates his shin fracture. Hopefully that's nothing too serious.
Yeah, he's gonna be probably day to day. They're saying pain management. But
He hasn't
yeah.
been practicing for like 3 weeks, so it's fine.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, 84 yards already, but granted, it's 76 on one run.
Mm-hmm. We probably didn't. Did we talk about Kareem Hunt enough? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that was when I was yelling about the Red Sox.
Yeah.
All right.
What that was we keep getting sidetracked. The what game was it? That we were just
10
talking
seconds.
about.
Chargers and Ravens.
No, the other one.
Kansas City and Washington.
City. Yeah. Tyreek Hill battling a little bit of a quad injury. Travis Kelce, a little bit of a hand, wrist. Still both produce enough. Terry McLaurin was a DNP Friday. Might have been a little limited based on the box score, but should be fine. It might be the Ryan Fitzpatrick show next week. Heineke might be
coming back.
He might be back in the lineup. So wait and see.
I think that means good things for Terry McLaurin if Fitzpatrick comes back.
Yeah.
I think most football fans forgot that Ryan Fitzpatrick was even a thing.
Yeah. The man. But we'll have to wait and see. Ricky Seals-Jones had a nice day.
Did he?
Yeah. Was actually able to play him, which was nice. 4 for 58 and a touchdown for Ricky Seals-Jones. He's basically Logan Thomas in a little younger body.
Barn burner in New England. Cowboys win in walk-off fashion. I did watch this highlight today. It was the only game worth looking into. Lean was live texting me it as I was driving to Denver, Colorado on Sunday night. Just an amazing performance. I think this game was pretty much a classic. From what I can tell, just watching the highlights, is very back and forth. The overtime walk-off, of course, is always great.
Oh yeah. Everyone was bitching about CeeDee Lamb, and then he goes off in the second half. So
yeah, what was his final line? I know he was
9 for 150 and 2 tutties.
Yeah, he was the number one fantasy player in all the land this week.
By the way, Dak Prescott did suffer a calf injury on the walk-off.
Should be fine.
Should be fine. They are going into their bye week this week. So that being said, he will get a little bit of extra. He'll get a week off, and then he'll probably be limited coming back in practice. So
I think that fumble was overturned, Zach.
It was. That's a bummer.
Yeah, the Cowboys are good. Their defense is much improved. Trayvon Diggs is one of the most exciting players in the entire of the NFL right now. The dude's just a highlight reel every single week.
I did see.
That's not even homerism. His name is all over the place.
Yeah, I did see. So he did get the pick 6.
Yeah.
And then
that was huge.
Immediately after, good coaching by Josh McDaniels, because Trayvon Diggs did jump the route the previous play, and then the next day they throw a little pump shoulder shimmy. He jumps on it, and Kendrick Bourne goes for a 75-yard touchdown. So you live and die by a few of those. But I just thought it was pretty funny that he bit on the second time around and got burned. But that's just Belichick coaching right there.
I did not watch the Sunday night game.
All you need to know is that took the Steelers to overtime to beat Geno Smith with Ben Roethlisberger. And that's about all you need to know. Najee Harris was the only relevant, and Deontay Johnson were the only relevant players in that game. DK Metcalf was shriveled up to 6 catches for 58 yards. Tyler Lockett was not playable. Alex Collins was good, actually. But yeah, they're pretty bad overall. You got to go to overtime to beat Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks.
It looked like they hid Geno Smith behind Alex Collins.
They did. That was for sure. Based on the box score, I think he had like 20 touches.
Yep, 20 for 101.
So, but Pittsburgh gets another win. Boo hoo.
That does it for the IRL football.
Except for the game right now, it is 7-6. Titans over the Buffalo Bills. Early mid second quarter.
All right. Do we want to hammer through or do we want to take a quick break?
Let's take a quick one so I can get stuff pulled up.
All right. And we're pausing. 5, 4. And we're back from the brief pause. Zach was making fun of my transition. I really enjoyed it. We were just talking about just how close these games are.
Yeah, quite a bit of good games this week. I think a lot of them are coming down to the wire. I could count. I think only one game is over. 2 games are over.
We've got off the grip a game that is really, really close right now.
Yeah. The
Blaster,
2 0-5 teams. 0-5. Yep. Who's gonna go to 0-6?
Can't buy a win.
Can't buy a win. Someone's got to win.
Blaster
someone's got to win this game.
By 4.46. No, 4.26.
And a good week by him, no doubt. 147 and some change. Not a bad week. I mean, he got 2 good running back weeks out of J.D. McKissick and Darrell Williams.
Gotta
love it. But he gets a little lackluster with Mike Evans and DK Metcalf. Who would have figured? The 2 backup running backs have the big week rather than the stud wide receivers. But Lean just needs about 5 points from Julio, 5 more points from Julio to take home the dub. And in projections based right now, Lean does have the forecasted edge. But it wouldn't surprise me if Julio doesn't get another catch. We just never know. This game will not end in a tie. There,
nope.
The quarterbacks have different hundredths points. So there will be a winner in this matchup. I can't wait for our first ever tie. I can't wait. It's going to happen one day.
We're going to celebrate.
Oh yeah.
We will celebrate.
Pop the champagne, man.
We will eat a ribeye while recording, each of us.
Deal.
That's how we will celebrate. Put it on the board.
Okay, perfect. Whenever that happens.
Moving on.
A game that's over.
Okay. Easy one to talk about.
It is my game. I was taken down by Heath, the 2 teams that put up the most points last week. Both crept up near the 200 point. Heath was in the 200s. I was in the 190s. 2 high powering offenses going against each other. Heath does pull out the win, 160 to 149.98.
148.98.
148. No, sorry, not 149. 148.98. Heath has a very solid day. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys put up 20 points, and James Robinson just a mere 9 yards away from a 20-point game. Very explosive game from all his players. Whereas on my side, I had pretty much consistency across the board, except Devonta Smith, who was single digit. Even my defense and kicker gave me double-digit points. On a normal given week, I feel pretty confident with this win. Lamar Jackson was actually one of my lowest scoring players with only 11.78 points. He did have 2 interceptions, only 1 touchdown pass. They did run the ball all over. The Chargers did not need to throw it. Set a perfect lineup. So nothing I can do about it with guys on bye and IR and everything. Got the big game from Ricky Seals-Jones. I did bench Tyler Higbee and went with Ricky Seals-Jones. Heath, just great week. A lot of explosive players. I needed just a little bit more from Najee. But getting 24 is already a good thing.
A lot. Yeah. His running backs are on a tear right now.
They are. Aaron Jones, James Robinson, and Jonathan Taylor. Very good.
Very good.
And he had the big lead with Antonio Brown on Thursday night. Never looked
Yeah,
back.
you were under the gun.
Yeah, I was under the gun the entire way. But again, I'm not panicking. I believe I will still end up being the highest scoring team through week 6, and I will be 2-4. That is no reason to panic. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding. So I still believe I have a solid team when it comes down to. And especially when we start getting into bye weeks, I believe my depth will catch up.
Stuart Brinkman taking on Cole. Brinkman is
not quite over.
Not quite over. Brinkman is currently down by just under 9 points. It looks like it's Cole Beasley and Tyler Bass taking on Emmanuel Sanders.
Looks like the Bills scored a touchdown. They did.
Oh, what a fucking grab by Julio Jones. Did you see that?
Julio. No, but the Bills
Yeah,
did
Stephon
score.
Diggs. Stephon Diggs scored.
Oh, I did not see that whatsoever.
Yeah, he scored.
I missed that.
Oh, my God.
That was a hell of a catch by Julio.
The Red Sox are at 9 points in the bottom of the third.
It's runs, not points.
Yes. Holy crap.
All right, let's Brinkman 04 and the PMT Water Dogs coming down to the wire.
That's what I just talked about. Yep.
Cole is still projected to walk away with the win.
Honestly, it's going to require like a Cole Beasley touchdown and 2 field goals by Tyler Bass in order for him to get the win, I think.
Well, Bass
without Emmanuel Sanders doing anything.
Yeah. So it's going to be close. That'll come down to the wire. I'm hoping the Brinkman can pull it off. I need to make up some ground in my division. So I'm pulling for the other division tonight. Moving on
Dark
to
Horse.
Yep. Okay. You want to go there, right?
Okay. Yep. Dark Horse loses to Monsters and Freight Trains. This one's pretty much over.
Monsters and Freight Train is rolling like a train. He is hard to stop right now. Projected 185 points. This would be win number 5 in a row, which would take the cake and the longest win streak of the season so far to extend the longest win streak. So he is having a hell of a time. It's not a person we want in first place, boys. He will talk. He's already picking out his jerseys, boys.
It is literally Leonard Fournette and Jalen Waddle. And I mean, he's just got an embarrassment of riches right now. The injury bug has not touched him.
He does have Kittle. Yep, Kittle on IR. And Damian Williams.
Okay, Damian Williams. Yeah. Darius Slayton. Okay, I lied. But this week, it didn't look like it touched him. He just had like a perfect lineup. I feel like you could have started that lineup in DFS and won some money.
Not probably cash game. Yeah, not too bad.
Field goal Titans.
All right.
We'll talk about what that does for another matchup.
Sorry, Dark Horse. Okay week, but not quite good enough. No touchdowns really for you, except for your running backs. So better luck next week. Go from there. So that will move Luke to 5-1 and Garrett to 3-3.
Next matchup is not over.
Lean just took the lead.
Did he?
He did.
Let's jump back to that one.
Yep.
Lean just took the lead, which means it is over unless Julio
fumble. Yep. Could be a Julio fumble is still in the ballpark. But at the moment, it looks like Lean moves on. The game we were about to talk about, Drew one-hit wonders and any given Sunday 2-time.
It's not over yet.
Not over yet. Drew is in the driver's seat. He needs about 3 more points from Dawson Knox and Zach Moss.
Basically, it's 2 catches from Dawson Knox and it's over.
Yeah. I mean, Sackett is battling injuries hard right now. Chris Carson on the IR, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the IR, Calvin Ridley on bye.
Off for 2 weeks.
Alex Collins now questionable for next week.
Really? Oh yeah.
So he is banged up. Not
Tyler
a great...
Boyd's been disappointing for him.
And not a great week for Drew.
Oh, he
Obviously,
sat Harris.
yeah.
Wow.
He was questionable though, late game.
Oh,
And nothing great from Drew. I mean, Mahomes, big week, Zeke, big week, CeeDee Lamb, big week. Everybody else was kind of minuscule. I mean, shit, he even played Josh Gordon. I give him credit. Why not? Played Josh Gordon. Could have put in AJ Green or Kendrick Bourne, but rolled with the stack opportunity with Patrick Mahomes, with Travis Kelce a little banged up and Tyreek a little banged up. Give him a little credit. But he is looking like he is going to escape, which would put Sackett at 4-2 and move Drew to 4-2.
wow.
And the final game, which is going
It's going to be so tight the whole way
to the wire. It's going to be.
Yes, it is.
All right. Right now we have Scotch on the sidelines and the deputy commish with the lead, but it could go away very quickly because it is a defense he has playing 136.3.
Josh Allen interception.
Oh God. Did that already factor in? It might have, but Dalton is holding on to a slim half-point lead, correct, right now. It is going to come down to the wire. Projected, he is still projected to win, but the thing is, if they get in any garbage time or it could really struggle. The Titans are in the red, or Titans are the red zone.
They're near the goal line.
Yep, they are. I just flipped over. Taylor Lewan is down, maybe.
It looks really bad, whoever it is.
Yeah, I did not.
He was not moving.
Happened. Yeah.
I didn't see what happened either, but he is not moving.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah, lineman down. I think it is Lou. Is it Luan? 77?
I think so.
Or is
I
it
think
67?
that's a tattooed arm. It's not good, whatever it is. If they don't show us the replay, I'm definitely rewinding to see what happened.
Yeah, I do not know what happened.
Cutting to commercial. So I'm sure if they don't show us what happened coming out of commercial, I will rewind and we can.
But if the Titans score a touchdown or a field goal right now, Dalton will go back to being down.
Actually, I think it has to be a touchdown because I think the variance is 14 points is the next step up. Am I correct on that? Let's look at the rules. This would be a good time to look at the rules and see what the point deductions are, because that I'm very intrigued by that because I can never remember.
Yep. So here it is. You for defensive points, each sack is 1 point. Interceptions, fumble recovered, 2 points. Safeties, 2 points. Touchdowns, 6 points. Kickoff. Yep, 6 points. Kickoff and punt return touchdowns, 6 points. You receive a 10-point start. So if you have a shutout, it is 10 points.
Which the Bills have done twice.
If you allow 1 to 6 points, that is 7 points. 7 to 13 points is 4 points. So if they score a touchdown,
I'll lose 3 points.
It'll go down. So that'll be 14 points for them, right? Yep, that would be 14 points.
It'd be over 14 points. They'd be at 17.
Yep. So you would lose an additional 3 points. So that would put you back down.
I'd be down by 2 at that point.
And then anywhere from 21 to 27 points is 0. Anywhere from 28 to 34, -1, and 35 plus points allowed is -4. So Dalton, get ready.
It's going to be close.
Buckle up, man. It's going to be close. So
if I get a defensive touchdown,
okay.
I can feel pretty safe.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. Before we get to a little preview of next week, we'll just go through the matchups. Let's talk about the bye weeks. It's not going to be pretty. Bye-mageddon, as what we've talked about.
Oh my gosh.
We have 6 good teams on a bye. 6 teams with fantasy relevant players. We have, we'll go through the teams. Jacksonville. How many players can you start on Jacksonville? Just a few, but Jacksonville. Chargers. A lot of good players in the Chargers. Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I got to get a quarterback and a defense this week. That's right.
Wait for it. Dallas. A lot of good players. Yep, it is Luwan. Ah, shit. He's on a stretcher.
And he hasn't moved. I think we missed the highlight if they showed it. Who knows?
No, it just came back on.
Okay.
Pittsburgh bye week. So you got your Najee Harris, your Deontay Johnsons, you got Claypool, you got all those guys on a bye. The Buffalo Bills are on a bye. So your Josh Allen, your
Stephon
Diggs, Zach Moss, Cole Beasley, the defense, the kicker. And then the last team is slipping me right now. The Vikings.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Thielen, Cousins. I mean, it is going to be an absolute bloodbath, especially if you have guys like stacked up. Like Luke is already panicking. Because he got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and he's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm like, dude, there's plenty of other quarterbacks. He'll be okay. But people are going to have to make some tough ad drops. Or you can, again, remember, you have to set a lineup. I don't think anyone's going to take a forfeit unless your team is absolutely you can't do it. But everyone should be able to set a lineup just fine. But it is going to be hell next week for a lot of players and a lot of teams. So with that being said, let's do a little preview of next week and see which teams have the roughest time.
It looks so bad. It looks really bad, and I just took a quick glance. Should we start with my matchup?
Oh, sure. My matchup is going to be. Oh, let me find you real fast. Let's see here. You are playing the PM. Oh my God, the PMD
so bad.
Water Dogs.
Every quarterback's going to be rostered this week.
Both teams have a large number of players on a bye. Cole has 4 on a bye. Dalton has 4 on a bye, including the bench.
Touchdown, Tannehill.
All right, there. Dalton's going to be moving down
by 2. Interception puts me back in the driver's seat, I think.
So tough matchup. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, Cole has a few more players on bye.
He might be starting both Broncos running backs.
He might be, and he'll probably have to drop Kirk Cousins because he already has Russell Wilson, unless he wants to carry 3 quarterbacks for a week.
Is he starting both Broncos running backs every week anyway? Yes, he is. Oh, because Chubb will play.
Hopefully, Thursday night game.
If Chubb doesn't play, he is screwed.
He'll know on Thursday, which will be good. So very tough matchup. Let's not worry about projections because we can definitely see a lot of players without. So let's move on to Any Given Sunday and Blaster. Not a lot of bye weeks for those two folks.
Lucky
just
bastards.
defenses.
Both
so
of
that
them.
should be a pretty good matchup.
We might have a record set for
lowest points.
No. Yeah, that and also how much a defense goes for on the waiver wire.
Maybe
because everyone's going to need one.
Yeah. So not a lot of bye week trouble for Sackett and Blaster. The Battle of the Codys. So we'll see how that works out. Joe, Buck Yourself, and Luke, 2 teams that are hot right now. A couple big bye weeks. Obviously, Luke, no Josh Allen, no Diggs, no Eckler. Heath, no Robinson, no Claypool.
It honestly doesn't look like this one's going to be too terrible for either side.
Luke's going to have to make a move for a QB. And go from there. Heath is going to have to shift some players around and find some guys, move Jonathan Taylor up to the RB spot, build 2 flexes. He's got some players. Dark Horse and Patrick. Patrick's going to have a little rough time, just more for injuries rather than anything. Obviously, no Hunt, no No McCaffrey. He has AJ Brown. He has CPAT. Like he has guys.
No Mike Williams.
No Mike Williams.
He's probably going to be starting Galladay if Galladay plays.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown.
CPAT.
Yeah. Kirk, Sanders. He's probably going to have to play. Oh, he can play CPAT. No worries.
Lean is gonna. Oh God. Oh my. Oh no. Oh. No Dak.
Oh, look
no
at this
Dalvin
one.
Cook. No Keenan Allen. No Dalton Schultz. No kicker.
63-62 is the projection right now.
Brinkman has Jefferson, Cook, Marvin Jones, Beasley, Bass, all on buys, and Big Ben. I'll be moving on from Big Ben next week on his bench. Tony Pollard is also on a bye. He might be getting rid of Peyton Barber. He does have Kamara coming back, which will be nice. But that is a slop fest bad. Right there. Oh man.
I can't wait to see this.
Oh man.
Lead has 3 wide receivers.
Does Lean have a team?
Running back.
Oh no. My God.
Let's see. He's got Giovanni Bernard, Latavius Murray, and Sony Michel, so he can fill
Brandon Cooks, Julio Jones, Robbie Anderson, another flex.
He's got a team. He just needs a kicker defense.
Oh, he's got a defense already.
He has a team. Maybe I should be trading him a tight end.
And then the final matchup, Drew is going to have a rough time. No Zeke, no Moss, no CeeDee Lamb, no Dawson Knox.
Oh, projected to score 55 right now.
So, me on the other hand, I am losing. Najee is about the only thing that I am losing,
and the defense.
So, yeah. Ouch. It's going to be rough.
This is going to be hilarious. I can't. What's the matchup we were just talking about that we need to watch that's projected 60-60?
Lean and Brinkman.
Yeah, 62-63. Oh, man. I cannot wait to watch that one. Lean will be going into there 0-6, I believe. He'll be going into that matchup.
No, he won this week, hopefully.
Oh, did he?
He pulled out because he just took the lead.
Oh, that's right. Julio.
Yep.
Julio.
And you are again back down 2.5 points. So
yes. Technically, I'm down 3 points because I can only score in multiples.
Correct. You need 3 points to continue to win.
Yes.
So we'll see. It is almost halftime. You're gonna be sweating this one out.
Mm-hmm. I will be staying up till this game is over as long as I don't old man fall asleep on the couch, which is possible.
Very possible. Dalton is known for doing that.
I've got some. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I said you're known for doing that. Falling asleep on the couch. Bills are moving the ball.
Some number crunches for you.
Oh yeah, I gotta think of bets. Oh God.
You can think of bets. We might have to take another small break while Zach figures that out. But before we do that, I wanted to really dig it into the Bears fans out there. I know there's a couple of you somewhere. Somebody's got to be a Bears fan. First 4 starts of Mitchell Trubisky. 38 of 80 for a 47% completion percentage, 512 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 66.2 passer rating, 15 carries for 110 yards. So just log that in your brain. A net 0 touchdown to interception ratio, 27 yards per game rushing, and a 47.5% completion percentage. Okay. Justin Fields in his first 4 games, 45 of 84, a 53% completion percentage, 562 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 34 yards. No, 17 yards rushing per game. It must be bad to be a Bears fan.
Rough.
They actually have the same amount of rushing attempts. It's just Justin Fields has been ineffective compared to Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
The passer rating for Justin Fields is 72.6. So that is something to look forward to. You guys have a whole 6.4% better quarterback on a 158.3 scale.
You know what the common denominator is?
Matt Nagy?
Bingo, bango.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Fired.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah. Man. All right. Yeah, let's take a quick break so I can get these bets hammered out. I am not prepared. Sorry, everybody.
Will do. And that's a pause. And we're back from the pause. It was a relatively long
telling
pause.
the obvious.
Lots happened. I can't remember if I hit on that bet while we were on pause or not. But 9-3, Boston. Your boy just won some money.
Your boy. Good for
Your
him.
boy. Yeah, finally getting off the schneid.
Hey.
I've been real bad at betting lately. But
speaking of betting,
we had a discussion.
We did. Let's recap the bets from last week. So the bets for last week, myself, Zachary, did go 2-1 on the bets, 2 wins to Dalton's 1.
Whooping my ass lately.
Yeah, I've had the last 2 weeks have been great. A recap of the bets. Sorry, my computer had to reload. All right, here we go. More receiving yards, Chase Claypool or DK Metcalf. Felt like it was pretty lopsided. I took DK, and that was the case. 58-17 for the bet there. Dalton did take the cake on the more passing TDs. He had Arizona and Cleveland, which had 6 touchdown passes in the win.
Hell yeah.
And I had Chargers Baltimore with a measly 2. And then the other one was more fantasy points in the Gem City Gridiron scoring. That would be Darrell Williams or Devontae Booker. Darrell Williams, 23.9 points. Devontae Booker, 10.9.
Yep.
Running total now. So Zach was 2-1 this week. Running total, Zach takes the lead, 8-7. And Dalton and I just made a wager over the break. Since Zach was lazy once again on the podcast.
That's right. I was lazy last week.
Bet. This one will be a winner take all 3-0 bet. Dalton and me will be challenging each other head to head cash play
on DraftKings,
who is not an official sponsor of the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast,
but they may be someday. We
will do a cash game lineup, winner take all, whatever the minimum bet is. I think it's $3 or something like that.
It's $1, $3, $5, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Dalton and I will get in a cash lineup, and we will post our lineups. Granted, late swaps will count as long as lineups are not locked. Dalton and I will post these probably towards the end of the night because we can late swap.
Yeah, let's set it. Let's set it, and we'll post it with the posting of this podcast.
Our lineups? We can't do that because the lineups can change.
Why? Well, I know, but we can post what they started as. I guess I don't know.
I guess we could. But I was thinking
I'd rather take the time to research. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. We don't want to see who our plays are. But this will be for all the marbles. Like we said, week 7 is Bye-Mageddon. We will take our shot at challenging each other head to head in a cash game DraftKings lineup. Winner take all for the 3-0 bet of the week. This is gonna be fun, Dalton. We haven't done this yet. I am not a great.
I've never done it on daily. It's so hard. Daily fantasy is so hard.
It's very hard, and it's head to head, so we don't have to be perfect. We just have to score more than the other person.
Yeah. You just got to run faster than the guy behind you. That's
exactly. So we will post those
Sunday.
Sunday midday after the last games are started. We can see how those go. I'm excited for that. We will get those set up. That just came to me just a few minutes ago, and I'm glad Dalton accepted that challenge. It was only going to be a 1 bet, but Dalton rebutted and said, let's make it for a 3-0 sweep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 3 or nothing. All right. Do you have anything else to touch on?
If anybody hasn't noticed or seen on Facebook, I am having a child. I will be a father right around the Super Bowl. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. For any of the other dads out there, welcome to the club, I guess.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Zach, the commish.
Commish.
Also, we actually didn't talk about it at all. Zach's got his championship baseball jersey hanging behind him. It finally did arrive. Feels bad, man.
Sorry, buddy.
Feels bad.
I was talking people earlier. The Triple Crown, so hard in whatever fantasy sport. Like Dalton had the best record, the most points, but did not walk away with the title. It's never happened in our fantasy league. No one's ever achieved the Triple Crown. It will happen one day. The closest was myself last year, tying for the number 1 seed, but losing on the tiebreaker. Highest points, league champion. But it doesn't count. You need the Triple Crown. One day it will happen. The number 1 seed, the highest scoring team, and the league champion. The common denominator is the highest points.
Right.
That's where you can make up. I mean, you don't have to be the 1 seed, but if you want to be that highest scoring team, because you're always going to be in the game.
Thoughts?
Yes.
What if you hit Triple Crown, you get a crown on each side of your fantasy name on the trophy?
Love it.
I love it.
Love it.
I'm putting it in the rule book.
Put it in the rule book. Triple Crown, you get the stamp of approval.
Yep. You get
when will that happen? The world may never know, because it's
how many licks does it take to get to the center of the trophy? The world may never know.
It's going to take a long time, because what happens, I mean, you get, not saying I'm going to be the highest scoring team in the league, but I am the highest scoring team through week 6. I have a losing record. The odds of me getting the number 1 seed are pretty slim to none. So got to wait and see how it all works out. Yeah, Triple Crown, the inevitable. It's going to happen. What happens first? The Triple Crown is going to happen first before the tie. I would probably say so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Put it on the board
for the
Triple Crown or the tie.
Yeah. No, it's gonna. I agree.
Who knows?
Triple Crown's gonna. That's gonna happen first. Man, I'm glad we were able to get the podcast in.
Yeah.
Crazy, busy week. So
and that's it. We'll talk to you guys next Monday.
I think,
as always, look for the. Yeah, are you going to be in New York next week?
No, that's 2 weeks. I am not traveling for 2.5 weeks. I am very stoked. I get 2 weekends at home, so I get to watch a little bit of football. But when I'm in New York, you'll be heading to San Diego, I believe. That's
so
the same overlap.
The podcast will be released regularly next week.
Next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks it will be regular, but November the 8th, it might be fluid
later in the week.
Yeah, probably later in the week, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to get something recorded and out to you guys. It might involve Zach doing some producer work, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, most likely it'll be on Tuesday the 9th or Tuesday the 11th that week. We'll just have to play it by ear. Dalton and I are both traveling to the opposite ends of the continental United States, so we will get it all worked out and get this out to y'all.
All right. Until next time, guys.
That's the end, everybody.
This is